Hey there friends, this is Amy. Welcome back to Beloved Plans. In today's video, I thought it would be nice to tell you guys exactly what happens on payday for my budget. It might look different for everybody, and for us, we get paid every single Friday from my husband's job, and then I get paid at the beginning of every month for my jobs. So if you're looking to see how our payday looks and what things I do when our paychecks come in, this video is for you. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so happy to have you here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a future video. I put out multiple videos a week, and this channel is for anyone who is looking to get more organized in their finances, business, productivity, and day-to-day life. So let's dive into payday. All right, so obviously, first thing that happens on payday is that the money comes into our account. We have this set up on direct deposit, so that way, Friday morning, I log in and there's our paycheck. And this starts a series of events that I use my Budget by Paycheck system from the Budget Mom, and I will link to my video right now where I show you how I have that system set up for 2021, but that money goes into our account. The first thing I do before I enter our new paycheck into my expense tracker is I go back and make sure that I'm current on all of the expenses that have come into our account over the last pay period. So for us, that's a 1 week period. So I just go back and sit down and look at my bank account online, and I just enter in any expenses that have not yet been recorded. What I do next is I take out the budget section of my planner and I enter the paycheck into our expense tracker. Then the next thing I do is I enter our payday in there, and highlighted in green, that's my income color. I also make this little hash mark over on the left-hand side so that I can visually see where the new pay period starts. Okay, so after I've caught up on my expenses, the next thing I do is I enter our paycheck into the paycheck bill tracker page of my budgeting planner. From there, I calculate out any other income we might have coming in through the week. If I have any sinking fund bills that are going to be getting paid, I make a note of that money coming in, and then I move down into the fixed expenses and the bills section of my budget for the week. And in there, I fill out any bills that I have that are going to be coming up that are going to be paid only by this paycheck. This is where the budgeting by paycheck method is different. You are really only planning to pay the bills that are going to be coming due before the next time you get paid. So again, for us, this is a 1 week period. For others, it might be a 1 month period. It might be a 2 week period. So it'll be different depending on how often you are paid. So I enter all of those expenses in the budget column, and then I total what they are all add up to. I then figure out how much money is left over from the income section, and I move that down into the envelopes, or what I call variable expenses section of the paycheck bill tracker. That is where I enter in all of my different budget categories that I need to plan for the upcoming pay period. So for us, this is usually food, eating out, personal, wellness, sports, gas, household, entertainment, things like that. Sometimes I don't throw in all those categories. Other times I have extras in there, like if I know we have a tournament over the weekend, then I know I'm going to be having some extra sports expenses in there. So again, I total those up and subtract that from the money that is left over after the variable income, and I write that number down at the bottom on the left side. Then I move over to my other sections, and if we are going to be funding any sinking funds, I fill that in. If we're going to be paying anything extra towards debt, I put that in the next section. And then finally, anything that's going to be going to extra savings, I put into there. I do use Acorns, and I use their rounding up. So any money that is going into my Acorns account gets put into that section. I also usually do at least one of the Budget Mom saving challenges for the month. So anything that's going to be coming out and going into the savings challenge, that is also noted in that section. So after that is all done, I add up all those different sections and subtract them from the money that was left over after the variable expenses. In a perfect world, that number is 0 and everything is zeroed out. But usually there's either not enough or a little bit extra. So if there's a little bit extra, I know a lot of people will just do like a checking account cushion. I will usually do that depending on the amount. If there's a lot left, I will then take that amount and use it as a rollover into the next pay period. Because sometimes we have a lot of bills due 1 week, not so many due the following week, but I do need some of that money to carry forward to cover the bills that are coming up in the following pay period. So I treat that as rollover money. So once that happens, if we are going to be getting any cash for cash envelopes, that's the next thing I do is I go over to the right-hand side on the cash envelope breakdown section, and I go through the categories that we're going to be funding with cash and figure out what denominations of bills I want. And then I run to the bank and I take out the denominations and then stuff my envelopes. I will link to my envelope stuff, one of my envelope stuffing videos right now in case you want to pop over and check that out. So I hope you guys found this video helpful as I walk through what we do exactly in my budget whenever a paycheck comes in. If you guys would like to see more in-depth budget by paycheck with all my real numbers, I do post those every other week over on my Patreon. So Patreon at the Beloved Bestie $5 level, you get full access to all of my budget by paycheck videos that come out every 2 weeks where I show you exactly what our real numbers are, what things are actually looking like, and all of that. Feel free to leave me any questions you guys have in the comments below. I'd love to see you over on my Patreon. There's other fun things we do over there throughout the month too. I'm gonna go ahead and link here on the right-hand side to my March budget prep video, in case you'd like to see how I set up my entire budget for the month of March. I also talk a little bit about this whole process as well and setting up our bills for the month over there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click that like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you over in the March budget planning setup video.